is the frequency in use. CQ20, excuse me, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 meters, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 meters, CQ, CQ40, 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 CQ40 meters, CQ, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 meters, kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 meters, CQ, kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ. CQ40, CQ40 meters, CQ, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 meters, CQ, kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, CQ40, CQ40 meters, CQ, kilowatt 0, radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, any station anywhere.
Kilowatt 0, Fox Charlie Lima.
Kilowatt 0, Fox Charlie Lima, good afternoon, thanks for giving us a call. The handle here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Okay, are you the one who's just talking to Larry, W0YY?
Yeah, I was. We had a little computer issue. We were doing a live stream, and if you can only hear one part of the conversation, that's not very interesting. So we had to move back up to the primary shack and start over again. Were you down there talking with Larry as well?
Yeah, right after you bugged out there, wanted to go reboot the computer, I jumped in there and talked to him for a little bit. Sure did. Yeah, it's been a while since I've talked to Larry, talked to him on the internet several times. And I recognized the voice and the call, so I went back to him real quick. And I was swinging around the band, and I saw another signal down here. It's pretty strong, and it was you. So you started calling CQ, so I just jumped in there and going to say, got a good signal in Eureka, Kansas. I see I got you up on the webpage here. It says Bates City, and is that a suburb of Kansas City?
Well, you know, we'd like to hope. We'd like to think so. Not quite. We're about 35 miles east of downtown on the I-70 corridor. So to give you some perspective, downtown Kansas City, then you go Independence, Blue Springs, Grain Valley, Oak Grove, and then Bates City. So we're on the I-70 corridor, but a little bit farther out on the east side. Roger.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was scrolling down your pictures. Are you on the FTDX10?
I am currently now, yes, sir.
And what microphone are you using?
I'm using the Heil PR781.
That's what I'm on. But I'm using the stock mic. I had my PR40 on it, but I'm not real sure of the settings.
Okay. I tried the PR40. I went over to see Dan over at Associated Radio not long after we got the rig, and I tried the HM12, the Heil Gold line, the PR40, and then the 781, and this seemed to match up for me a little bit better. It doesn't have quite the low that the PR40 does. However, we're only working with 3KC. You're going to get it cut off anyway, but it just seemed to be a little bit easier for me on this rig, and I've got it set up. I don't even run mic EQ. Go ahead.
The PR40 could sound like that. I just haven't got it there yet. I'm on the stock mic right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you're running the FTDX10 as well?
Yes, that's what I'm on right now.
Yeah, they're terrific radio. I'm really impressed so far. You know, interesting enough, I have a friend of mine in Knoxville, Tennessee, who's running the new 101, and we were talking one night on 40 meters, and he just sounded tremendous. And it was running he has the PR40 and the 781, and I said, Terrence, I want your settings. So I put all of the settings that he had in his 101, except I made one small change on the mid-level, and this is what you get. I mean, it's to me, it's dialed in really well.
Can I beg you for your settings?
You certainly may. It's not a problem. Honestly, probably the best way is just send me an email. If you would, I'm good in QRZ. Just send me an email, and we'll figure a way to communicate. Maybe I'll just send you my number. It's a lot easier to do it that way. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to, because I want you to sound as good as everybody else, Roger.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes, I do that as well. I want to sound great, too. And you're right, the FTDX10 is a phenomenal radio. You know, I had been working the 7300 up until I got this radio, and it's just sitting over there on the tuner right now. It's not even hooked up. No mic, no power, no nothing. It's just sitting on there. And I've been using this radio ever since. And great radio. In fact, what was it, this morning? I think it was just this morning I took the PR40 off of it and put the stock mic back on it and hit the switch on there to turn the mic equalizer off and to run the stock mic and put all the well, now, wait a minute. Let me think about this. I took all the... When you turn the equalizer off, I went and put all the settings for the equalization back to default. But that shouldn't... It just dawned on me. That may not make any difference, because you got to push that button in to make... I'm getting myself confused now.
Well, this is what it sounds like with the mic EQ on. So it's a little brighter. No doubt at all. Hey, do me a favor if you would. I may have typed the call in wrong because it's not coming up. Give me the call again so I can verify, if you would, please.
Oh, sure. It's Kilowatt 0, Foxtrot, Charlie, Lima. Kilo 0, first class license, over.
Okay, fine business. Well, either, there it goes. It finally came up. I apologize. Conrad, is that a Roger?
Yes, that's correct. You're in Kansas.
Yeah, okay, fine business. With the EQ on, it is a little bit brighter than it is with the EQ off. It doesn't really sound like me too well. I'm going to turn it off back in a second. But the reason I mentioned this, Conrad, is, again, if you heard earlier, I'm live streaming on YouTube. So our QSO is being played live, but it also records it. So if you wanted to listen to it later and get a benchmark of where you're starting, you can do that. All you do is go to YouTube. Or I've got a hyperlink on my QRZ page. You can click on that, takes you right to my YouTube channel page, and just look for the video with today's date on it, and that would get you right there. That's a great place to start there, and this way you'll get to be able to see to listen how you sound on the air. And I'll put on the oscilloscope here in a second. You'll get to see what your oscilloscope, your wave patterns, and where you're out on the 3 kC range there. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Well, now you see that to me, I don't really understand that stuff. The oscilloscope, I could look at it, I see a squiggly line going. I really don't understand how that works, what's good, what's bad, what's nice, and what's not nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think there's several different ways that you can approach it. And right now with the EQ on, my audio is a little brighter, which would probably be really good for DX, trying to bust maybe some pileups and so on and so forth, but maybe not so much for RegQ or for extended QSOs. So you can change it both ways. So what you're kind of looking for is those peaks and valleys. You want to have a little bit of highs mixed in to take away some of those at the very edge, and then you want to have a little bit of another peak on the mid-level type of audio, and then kind of restrict some of the others, and then you want to have some of your highs. So you want to have a good equal balance of those. So when you look at your audio wave pattern, you should see 3 distinct peaks. And if you get, the closer you get to that, the more fidelity or the more fullness it sounds, and that's really what you're trying to attain. Again, if you wanted to work DX, you're going to narrow this thing up to 400, 2600 hertz, and it's not going to have any lows, but it's going to have a really high punch. So it's really simple to kind of work through those. But again, I'm more than happy to give you the settings, and we can work through that. I'd be happy to, because it was given to me that way as well, so we can certainly pay that forward. But at least now you'd have an opportunity to listen to yourself and see how you are currently, and then make some changes, and you can come back and we could try it again there, Roger.
I will do that. Real quick, I just put on the PR40 and turned the equalizer on so you could kind of get an idea. It's not really dialed in, correct?
Well, it's really not terrible. I mean, I know there's some things we could probably do to it yet, and a lot of that's going to be with the settings. And see, I turned my EQ back off, so to me it sounds terrible in the headset, but it sounds good over the air, and it sounds good on playback. this is what I sound as closely as possible as in person because I've listened to it on many occasions. So again, it's just something that it's a little, a little something extra for amateur radio. I had somebody help me back in January, and he still does a live stream and doing a lot longer than I have. And it really kind of helped me kind of dial in my audio on the 7300, which I had in the other shack downstairs. We had a technical glitch with internet, so I came back up here to the primary shack, and that's what we're on now. And but it does add something to it. It's a lot of fun to do that. And again, it's nice to be able to hear yourself on the air, Roger.
Roger. Okay, I'm going to do that. I got the cursor sitting on it right now. All I'm going to do is click it. I'll wait till I get through talking with you and then go do that so you can continue. Anyway, I will send you an email asking please for your settings, and hopefully you'll remember me there. Anyway, we'll get on the side there and let you continue there. And it's great talking with you. And let me get the top of the page here. Randy, that's it. So great sounding radio, and I've had a lot of fun with it so far. We'll get on the side there. Stay safe. K0RWB, K0FCL.
Yeah, no problem at all, Conrad. And one last thing before you go. There's and this has been going on for a while, and we're just trying to do our small part. We've got a ham in Michigan that's in need of a kidney. So we've been trying to get the word out. His name is Papa Phil and so forth. And there's been, some other podcast and YouTube channels that have kind of helped get the word out for him and so forth. And we wanted to do our part as well. So what we've done here, we got in with Associated Radio. I'm sure you know who they are over there, and talked with Dan. And what we want to do our part is each Wednesday we are doing a free giveaway for a gift card from Associated Radio to any lucky ham operator that we happen to come in contact with. And I've got the information on the YouTube channel. Again, you just go to the channel, my channel, of course, and on the right-hand side there's a live stream text chat. So we can identify who people are who want to be considered. Is just put in their call sign and type in the letters K4P, kilowatt for Papa, which is kidney for Papa Phil. So we're trying to do our part as well, but it's a win-win for the locals. It's a win-win for amateur radio, and it's also a win-win for whoever wins the drawing. So if you're interested in being considered, sign up, qualify, however you want to put it, that's what you'd need to do. And we'll be doing a drawing tomorrow night, and we'll do this for the next couple of weeks as well. Roger?
Okay, are you going to be doing the drawing on live on YouTube?
No, we're not. We use a computer algorithm program, and it would be very boring really quick. Plus the fact we're trying to keep a certain degree of privacy. So once the computer generates the call, I'll be contacting them via email from their QRZ page. And then that would be their choice, their decision, if they wish to advertise to say, hey, I'm the winner or not. That's totally up to them. We don't want to have any undue attention if they wish not to.
Roger, understood. Okay, very good. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out. I heard in the P04. I'm up here. The K4P. I think I heard that somewhere. Let it somewhere. I don't know if I got two or three or what. If it's not, it looks familiar. Okay, really, thanks for watching.
Yeah, that was a special event, Conrad. That was going on all last week. Was special event Kilo for Papa. That's exactly what the event was. We were not an operator for that. So, but that's the one you're talking about. Hey, 73s, and send us an email out. We'll work with you getting those settings in, and you'll be bigger and brighter than you are before. It's not bad, but I think we can brighten you up a little bit as well. Hey, thanks for giving us a call, Conrad, and glad you get to talk with Larry. My first time with him as well. And I'm hoping we'll have a chance all of us have a chance to have many more QSOs down the road. 73s, Kilo 0, Foxtrot Charlie Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy, Kansas City will be clear, 73s. This is a Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling QRZ, any station, anywhere.
Kilo 5, Tango, Papa Tango.
Was there a Whiskey 9 again?
Whiskey 9, Delta Papa.
Okay, I got it that time. Whiskey 9, Delta Papa, Dan, how are you this afternoon?
Yeah, Bill, I'm doing real good. Got your name there, Randy. K0RWB Whiskey Bravo. Name here is Dan. I'm up here about 60 miles west of Chicago in Genoa, Illinois.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, we got you pulled up there, and yeah, that's what I like about 40 meters. It's nice to work coast to coast, but I kind of miss the Midwest area sometimes on 20 meters. You just can't get in there. So we had Milwaukee earlier, and now we've got the Chicago area. Nice to hear you. Good signal as well there, Roger.
All right. Yeah, I'm actually I'm in Newham. Just got my ticket here back in the fall in November with all this COVID going on right before the lockdown. And just recently got myself on HF, actually just a couple of days ago here. I got me an Icon 7300 and made up a fan dipole with like an inverted V for 40 and 20 meters. So really just getting going and testing out the radio and the antenna.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Well, you've got a really nice audio. Your signal I'm showing about 5 and 7, 5 and 8, kind of bouncing around a little bit, which probably isn't too bad. We're kind of off and on some rain this afternoon, so I don't know where the conditions were going to be per se, but that's okay. And yeah, congratulations and welcome to the hobby. I'm sure by now you've kind of see that it's a terrific hobby. A lot of operators with very diverse backgrounds and experiences. The hobby has a full range of things of interest for people, from CW and phone and all the digital modes and FT8 and so forth. And there's a budget for everybody as well. You don't have to spend the big bucks to get out. I know a lot of people take pride in making their own antennas. I've done that on several occasions and not been very successful. But we've given it a try anyway there, Roger.
Yeah, I've actually I'm enjoying the heck out of this. Probably more so than I even thought. Met a lot of wonderful people. Got a good Elmer W9 Delta Juliet Papa up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Helped me out quite a bit. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, I've really met some wonderful people over the years. It's not not many chances we'll probably meet in person, but you're best friends on the air, and you have one common interest, of course, and that's the hobby. But before you know it, you end up having other interests and kind of covered the same ground and what have you, and that does it and does make things really interesting and does make it fun. I think the ham community are a very giving group, and will certainly kind of reach out and help people as they can. That's the nice thing I do like about the hobby, and that's what's attracted me, and I've stuck around for the short and the long haul. Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, I've got a local club here that's helped me out quite a bit too. I've joined, so it's definitely it's nice to have hams out there that can give you a hand and helping you guys like me out. Oldest.
Yeah, and that's really where it starts. If you've got a good club in the area, you've got an Elmer that'll take you under the wing and kind of show you, kind of some of the basics. There's a lot of stuff you can learn on YouTube as well. My Elmer told me years ago that 90% of your station should be antenna and 10% should be everything else. And that means there's a lot to be said about that. I hate to have the instance of being an alligator base, all mouth and no ears. So it's a gentle balance between the two. Roger?
Roger that. Yeah. Hey, Randy, I'm going to cut this short. I'm actually home today for the afternoon working. I'm actually going to get back on a Zoom call here, but I just wanted to jump on the radio. And it's been a real pleasure talking to you, and maybe we can catch up again. So, K0RWB Whiskey Bravo. This is Whiskey 9 Delta Papa. I'll take 73.
You bet. Well, thanks for taking the time and giving us a call. Appreciate it. And yeah, it's too bad you get to work, but you got a few minutes there. We do appreciate it. People are generally working during this time frame. So thank you again for taking the time. We're generally out here about 2 o'clock Central during the week, either on 40 meters today. We're down here on 40. We're generally up on 20. But we will certainly be around, of course, and feel free to stop back anytime, and we'll just pick it up where we left off. Whiskey 9, Delta Papa, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo 7310.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Bravo, Oscar, B5BNO.
Whiskey Bravo 5, give me your call again, please.
Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 5, Bravo, November, Oscar, B5BNO, in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, over.
Okay, I did copy Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Well, that's the first contact for me. Thanks for giving us a call. The name here is Randy, and we are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm only about 20 miles from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and I'm running my old Kenwood here, TS 520SE, and I'm putting out about 100 watts. My amplifier went crazy on me the other day, and I got to get in and try and fix it. But I heard you on. I thought I'd give you a call. So we go on, and it said it would be 5 BNO.
Yeah, well, 5 minutes. I'm glad you did. We appreciate that. You've got a nice signal coming into the Kansas City area. You're 5 and 8, 5 and 9, no problem at all. And yeah, sometimes these amplifiers are going to have a mind of their own there. We've been lucky so far, but every once in a while, it ends up being operator error. I really can't fault him too much. It usually ends up being me. But no, we're just out playing radio this afternoon, trying to do a few things, make a few contacts, and see how the band was. We start about 2 o'clock Central. So we've been out here for a little bit, having some fun, making some contacts. We usually run for a few hours or until a band dies, and we don't get down on 40 meters too often, and we wanted to today just to kind of change things up and kind of work a little bit closer in stations, so to speak. So we've had several stations in-house here in Missouri, and we've had Milwaukee, the Wisconsin area, up around Chicago. Now you down in Oklahoma. We had one in Texas earlier as well. So it's kind of nice to work some of the closer in stations there. So yeah, I take it the name here is Wayman. Is that correct?
Yeah, Wayman. Wayman Mays. My last name is Mays. M-A-Y-S.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Well, you know, a few weeks ago with that big ice storm, did you guys get affected at all? Were you pretty much safe there? Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I guess 3 weeks ago, it was so cold here in the radio shack. I had no heater, and I had to come out here for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I had to quit and go back in the house and get warm and come back out. Over.
Yeah, you know, it was pretty hard on everybody. Of course, I think a little bit farther south as you go, it seemed to get a little bit worse. And we had some very chilly days as well, and I'm glad to see that for the most part everybody's kind of got through it. I really don't want to have to go through that anytime soon. We're really looking forward to springtime. It's supposed to be here, but it's I think it's holding off as long as it can. But it does put us a little day closer to spring there, Roger.
Yeah. Last night, I mean, it flat rained. I think it rained all night long. I mean, it's just a steady downpour. And I got this morning, I guess around 10 o'clock or so, something like that, and looked outside, and the clear skies, and all the rain is water on the ground has just disappeared. So I mean, it just rained like crazy last night. Over.
Yeah, we've kind of had some of that off and on here. It will rain really hard for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then nothing. And about an hour later, it seems to do it again. So stuff is coming through and then heading off toward the east. I can't say that we don't need the moisture. I just hate to see it all come down at one time like that. That's a little tough on everything, of course. But a couple of months from now, we'll probably be complaining about how dry and hot it is. So we're not going to complain too much about how it's working there now. Whiskey Bravo 5, Bravo November Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Back to you.
Yeah, Kilowatt Oscar Radio Zoo, I think I don't have a pen to write it down, but B5BNO. Yeah. Right now it's I guess about 64 degrees out here, and there's a few clouds, but it's more clear skies and very nice out here. Over.
Yeah, good for you. Glad to hear that. We're a little overcast, but I think it's going to break for us here in a day or two. So we'll take it as it comes, no doubt. Hey, Wayman, thanks for giving us a call there. We're going to try to move down the log a little bit. Maybe we can make a few more contacts before we get a tap on the shoulder. But thank you very much for giving us a call out of Oklahoma. It's my first contact in there today, and definitely a first contact in your part of the country. So hope things go well for you the rest of the day and the week ahead as well. And again, if you hear us out there, please stop in and give us a call, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. But in the meantime, I'll say 7 threes. I'll do my part and let you do yours as well. Whiskey Bravo 5, Bravo November Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Yeah. Is there a net on this frequency, over?
Not that I'm aware of. If there is, I'm not aware of. But if that does happen, then we'll be making a change there, Roger.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll talk to you on down the road. And see, I forgot your call. This is the C5BNO 7 threes.
You bet. No problem, Wayman, because sometimes I forget it as well. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Be clear, QRZ, any station, anywhere.
Kilo Fox 5, Tango, Papa Tango.
Kilo Fox 5, Tango, Papa Tango. Roger?
Roger. Hey, thanks for getting back to me. I was listening to your QSO with Conrad, and I find that really interesting. I wonder if you could give me a little bit tutoring on. I'm kind of a novice at this thing, and this radio's got more menu items than a 5-star restaurant, so I don't want to change anything what's absolutely out there.
Well, don't feel bad, James, because I'm a novice as well. I'm just a lot of the information I pass on that's been given to me that seems to work, and so that's kind of the nice thing about amateur radio. Everyone really wanting to help everybody, and that's kind of a neat appeal of ham radio for me. I try to help if I can, and look forward to it as well. Roger.
That's good. I try to do that too. I'm kind of limited in what I know, but what I do know, I help other people with, especially new ham. But I'm not using any processing or EQ on this thing, and I'm wondering if I could kick that in. You can tell me if there's any difference, better or worse.
Roger. And I take it you're on the FTDX10.
I'm on a FTDX 5000 MT, and I got my Heil Gold Elite.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I'd have to look at those settings again. I had a radio that was relatively close to that, and they haven't changed dramatically. I mean, they still run 3 parasitic EQs, and those can be, it can be a challenge to set up initially, but usually when you get it, dialed in, you'll never have to touch it again, which is kind of a nice thing. It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't have a lot of full fidelity, of course, but that's okay as well. It's kind of the flat from one side to the other. If you want to try a little bit of setting the EQ, you can do that. Maybe add a little bit of processing that might brighten it up as well. Small changes usually make big differences. Roger.
Roger. Yeah, I just kicked in the EQ. I did do some settings that somebody recommended, so is that any better?
Yeah, it is wonderful. You are definitely on the right track now.
Well, that sounds good. Let me throw in a little bit of processing.
That's a nice thing about amateur radio. Boy, I tell you, you get that instant result there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, there's a little bit of processing in there, so how's that?
Well, considering where you started when you called me, I can hear you either way, but yeah, you're starting to get a little bit more fidelity. sounds very nice in my headphones.
Well, that's great. I appreciate that. I guess I just won't fix anything. Just go way on down the road, get some better feedback. Of course, your feedback was great, and I appreciate it. I get to learn a little bit more. Like I said, I don't like to change things, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I guess I can leave this where it's set, and we'll see what happens down the road.
Yeah, you can also go to Heil's website. They've got a lot of the different EQ settings, and you may have already done that, but they've got them broken out on different rigs, and I think the 5000 is one of them that's in there. You might look at that as well as one option. Also, we're live streaming on YouTube, so our QSO is streamed live, and it's also being recorded, Jim. So if you wanted to go back and listen to it, what you and I were just talking about, you can do that as well. You could hear yourself when you first called to where you've added EQ and some processing, and then you get a better sense of how you sound on the air. You could certainly do that option. You can either go to my QRZ page, and I've got a little hyperlink for the YouTube channel, or you can go right to YouTube and put in my call sign in the search bar and look for today's date. You can do it either way, but that's a good way to see and listen how you sound on the air, Roger.
Roger, yeah, I've got your page up, and I was going to do that. I heard you talking to Conrad about that. So I just got a new headset in, too. I picked up today. It's the Heil Pro 7, but I'm still reading through the book on that. I don't know if I need to change any settings when I go to that, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's very possible. I think the Pro 7 probably has a little bit more highs than it might low, so you may have to tweak a few things and so forth. Again, we do this every day during the week, so we try to be here and try to give encouragement in any way we can. I'm not the end-all be-all. Nobody knows your voice better than you do. I sounded terrible in headphones, and I sounded really bad when people would give a playback. So when I started listening to the streams itself, I actually made some additional changes, and this is as close as I sound in person. It's more pleasing. So at this point, you get what you get. But one other thing I did want to add, and you may have heard that when I was talking with Conrad about doing and buying and promoting local, which is we're doing a free giveaway each Wednesday with a gift certificate from a local amateur store here in the Kansas City Metro to someone who wishes to be considered, qualify, enter, however you want to put it. Again, you just go to the channel, go to the live chat, type in your call, and type K0RWB, which is kidney for Papa Phil, which is a special event that was going on last week. So if you'd like to do that, you're welcome to. If you wish not to, that's fine, but give a look, give a listen on the channel and see how you sound, Roger.
I will do that. In fact, I think I heard you last week as I was spinning through the dials talking about somebody that needed a kidney, so that must have been you. I will check that out, and I appreciate the help immensely, and I will try to get, when I get this comfortable with this, I finish reading about that headset, I may throw that on and try to talk to you at a later date. Appreciate that.
Not a problem at all. The pleasure is all mine, and thanks for taking the time to stop by today and have a short QSO, and hopefully we'll have many more. We're having a ball with it, and I think some people are as well. We've got people that like to listen to us. Why, I'm not sure, but and have to get to see my smiley face as well. Go figure. Yeah. Anyway, give a look, give a listen, and if we can help. I'm always good in QRZ. You're always welcome to send me an email, and I'll help how I can. I've got somebody else here that wants to do that, and I'd be more than happy to do that because someone did it for me, and I'm just paying it forward. So, hey, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you again. And look forward to working you when you get the headset squared away, and we'll see how that one works. I'd be more than happy to give you my 2 cents for what it's worth, and we'll go from there. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the day. Have a great week. Kilo Fox 5, Tango Papa Tango, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Okay, we'll say 7-3s. This is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling QRZ, any station, anywhere. Okay, CQ 40 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Calling CQ, any station anywhere. CQ 40, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Calling CQ, any station anywhere. Your station, but you're right at my noise level. Let's see if we can try it again. I'll try to pull you out. I've got something, question mark, Hotel Juliet. Are we getting close?
Kilowatt Echo 0, Zulu Hotel Juliet.
I think I got it that time. Kilo Echo 0, Zulu Hotel Juliet. Is that a Roger?
Roger.
Okay, well, fine business there, Alan. Thanks for giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger that. I live in Iowa and I'm in Kima right now, and I hope I'm getting down to you. I'm running a long wire right now, so I'm pretty low to the ground.
Roger, did I copy you said Tama?
Yeah, Roger that.
That's part of the old CIC conference, Central Iowa Conference there, Roger.
I believe so, sir. I just got my ham radio license this year.
Well, congratulations. We didn't used to be too far. We grew up in Grinnell there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Right next door.
Yeah, like I said, that was part of the Central Conference back in the day between Oskaloosa, Pella, and Sadell, Ankeny, Urbandale, Tama. Wasn't Marshalltown. I might have missed one or two, but those are the ones I remember back in the day. Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. That was a while ago.
Well, we spent a couple of years in Marshalltown back in the early '70s, and then my dad took a job down in Grinnell teaching at the high school. And then we ended up down there, and it's a great place to be from, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Pretty good town, college town and everything. Yeah, I like it down there.
Yeah, I will say one thing. You learn to appreciate warm weather if you've gone through Iowa winters. The snow and the cold in Iowa is probably hard to surpass, maybe other than Alaska. It can get pretty brutal up there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. It was pretty bad this year with the HO, and then we had a really cold snap there. So yeah, it was a pretty rough one.
Hey, Roger, and you said that you're a relatively new ham. When did you get your ticket?
I just got mine in February.
Well, congratulations, and nice to have you aboard. Hopefully, you're having a good time with the hobby. We are certainly loving it. It's been a great hobby for us, and you meet some wonderful people on the air there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. I sure have. I've really enjoyed myself. It's been an interesting hobby to get into, especially trying to make antennas and stuff. So, yeah, it's been a really interesting couple years here.
Yeah, good for you, Alan. What are you currently running for equipment there? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a Zygu G90 and running about 20 watts right now.
Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, the signal's not strong, but your audio is doing just fine. And we're not that far away. It looks like about 202 miles as the crow flies. So that's a fairly short contact for 40 meters there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. This long wire seems to be doing pretty good so far. I just need to get it up in the air a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll tell you, altitude is definitely your friend when it comes to working these particular bands. And the higher you go, the better it seems to work. We're not sitting that great. We're about 38 foot off the side of the tower with the 40 meter dipole, but it works fairly well. We're able to generally, if we hear people, we're generally have a chance to work them. And so we'd like to get a little higher. That'll probably come later on in the spring when they get a little bit more more consistent and warmer weather. But for now, we're going to work it the way it is there, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. That's about the same for me. I spent Saturday putting this long wire up so I could get back on the air, and it seems to be doing pretty good. So hopefully here in another couple weeks or so, we can get back out there and get higher up and maybe put another one up somewhere.
Yeah, you know, they say you can never have enough wire in the air. And there's something to be said about that. As long as you've got the room to do it and so forth, you know, it's nice to have several different antennas that you can use. They never fails. One seems to work better than the others there, Roger.
Yeah, I got to find it out. I'm better experienced trying to tune these antennas up and everything, so it's good experience.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's a terrific hobby, and we have really enjoyed ourselves over the time. I think things will start getting even better as the Sun Cycle 25 starts to get more in full swing, and I think we'll start hearing a lot more stations across the country and around the world. So, Alan, thanks for giving us a call. We'll move down the log here, see if we can make a few more contacts before we have to shut it down today. But by golly, thank you for the contact in Tama. I can't remember the last time I've been through there, but I do have fond memories of very well. 7 trees, and enjoy the rest of your day. You hear us again, please feel free to give us a call, stop by, and we'll see what's happening at that time. Kilo Echo Zero, Zulu Hotel Juliet, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7 trees.
7 trees, you have a great evening. It's a pleasure talking to you. K0RWB.
Roger, 7 trees. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, QRZ, any stations, anywhere.
69, YWG.
The WG, give me your call again, please.
Kilo Charlie, Yankee Whiskey Golf.
Well, I'm getting there, but you're just above my noise level. I got Kilo Charlie. Give me the rest, please.
Yankee Whiskey Golf.
What's the number?
Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Whiskey Golf.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got fat fingers today. I apologize for that. Just want to make sure that I get it correct here. I thank your Rex for giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, playing radio this afternoon. I'll look at the meter next time around, but got you pulled in real well this time. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming back to me. I've heard you before and couldn't get to you last time. Several days ago, big train loss, so didn't get there, but you're sounding really good, really consistent. It's 9 over, 10 over all the time.
Yeah, fine business. You know, I wish I was better at pile-ups. I feel really bad that I'm not able to pull them all out, and I try to work hard at it, and I'm just not where I'd like to be. I don't know if it's practice or what, but we kind of feel bad when we're not able to get back to all the calls. If people are going to take the time to try to call in, and we sure like to get a chance to get back to them, but I guess time will tell. We try to work in the best we can, but we do thank you for giving us the call here this afternoon, Roger.
Roger, and you do a magnificent job on the mic. You got a good presence, and you know what you're talking about. So don't worry about the pileups; that'll come to you.
Well, you know, I'd like to think so, but it never fails. When you get ready to clear or you're done for the day, you know there's somebody that didn't get through, that was trying, and I've been on that side of the fence as well, and it can be a little disheartening. And I always told myself if I was ever sitting and running the frequency and people were calling back to me, I'd try to do the best I can. And yeah, you know, I know it's kind of the luck of the draw sometimes, but you know, we work on the best we can, but we try to make it consistent that we're here each day whenever possible. So far, so good. And when we get back to them, hopefully it's worth their weight there. Go ahead.
Very good. What time do you usually start?
Well, we like to be out here about 2 o'clock Central. We generally are up on 20 meters, but once in a while I'd like to come down here on 40. Usually on Fridays, I call it 40-meter Fridays. Just because, like for your instance, Rex, I don't think we would probably be able to work on 20. Our signals would go over top of each other. Well, on 40 meters, it's not that way. I've had 3 contacts already here in Missouri, and 1 over in Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And that's what's nice is getting, there's a lot of operators that aren't that far away from each other, at least from my QTH, and that's kind of a neat deal. And I like to work those stations as well. Roger.
Yes, sir. And my setup here that I have seems to work better for 40. And what contacts I make are kind of in your area out there and kind of to the east. So, but I have a vertical antenna, just running 100 watts here. So, but I'm pretty good with getting in your area. But I don't have any success with 20. 40 is the best I can do.
Yeah, we struggled for quite a long time as well, and back in 2012 we kind of we bit the bullet, so to speak, and we were able to purchase a hex beam, and that's what we have on the tower now. So 6 through 20, it works fairly well for us, and then here on 40 and 80 meters we have regular dipoles, which do an okay job as well, and I think we're all pretty much in that same boat. There are a few stations out there that are running 40-meter beams, and that's good. I think that's terrific as well, but most of us are running some type of a wire antenna, and so we're all kind of in that same boat, which kind of, I don't know, evens the play field, if you want to put it that way, whatever, but it does make it fun. It does make it challenging, but again, we probably have more in common being from the Midwest than I would necessarily from the East Coast or West Coast. Roger?
My antenna is about 3 foot off the ground, sitting on a chain link fence, and so I don't have the best setup, but it works.
Yeah, you just came up to about 5 and 8 really well, so that's terrific. Well, I don't think you better change it then if it's going to work like that. It kind of makes you wonder there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And yeah, there's got to be some tweaking. I've only had this setup. I've only been on HF, probably 3 months now. I've had my ticket for about 6 years, but I didn't have any HF equipment until about 3 months ago. So I'm still learning, and we got a lot of people that help, but I'm still learning. Over.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I had my ticket in 08, and I still feel like I don't know much at all. The technology evolves all the time. The equipment does as well, new techniques, different type of antennas and so forth. It's kind of hard to keep track of course. And, you do a few updates here and there. I don't know if the station is ever complete or ever put together. We're always tweaking things, trying to make things better and those kind of things. And so it does make the shack a moving target, so to speak. And we've made a few upgrades here in the last several months, and we're still trying to get used to those as well. The latest one, of course, is we're doing the stream on YouTube. That's been a new challenge for us, and technology and the internet, when you live in the country, is a big challenge, and it doesn't work on a consistent basis sometimes. So we have to constantly keep looking to see if we are live or if we're off the air, so to speak. Unfortunately, when you get one provider for internet, you don't have much of an option there, Roger.
I understand that very well. I'm very fortunate. I'm in a small town, only 13,000 population, but I'm basically right downtown. So I'm a couple of blocks from the AT&T building, and so my internet comes in pretty good. But I thought your explanation of your setup on your YouTube and letting people hear that and see that's great. I haven't tuned you in yet because my shack setup here is not good that I can reach my internet stuff real easy. But I will do that before I shut off today.
Well, that's great. I appreciate that. It's just an added, kind of an added element to the hobby, I think. I'm certainly not the only one that's doing it, and I will not be the last, because everybody offers something a little bit different. A good friend of mine, Doug, who's in Rhode Island, KB2 UK